to give opening remarks.
Yeah. Jai Jayendra, friends. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this special seminar on the topic of tele features available for MSME compliances as well as the audit log. Friends, today's speaker, CA Punit Mehta, assisted by CA Sonal Jain, is well versatile and have a good command over tele. Several of the features which he would elucidate us with in today's lecture would be really useful for us in day-to-day life. Uh, for us, this topic of MSME compliances takes immense importance because it is talk of the town for almost last 2 3 years, and now the it is real time implementation has come. Huge responsibility on all our CA fraternity to do the compliances, report the compliances. 3CD has also been amended to disclose the various defaults or deviations wherever the clients have not complied with the provisions. So we have to be readily prepared with various tools to extract the information so that we can report the features correctly, as well as audit log is another important milestone wherever whatever changes in the books of accounts and softwares have been done by the SSE during the year have to be analyzed and reported. What would be the implication of those changes along with this? So this is basically going to be a landmark year for our audit profession. It will pose a lot of challenge to all chartered accountants, auditors also, that how to report it, because we have dual responsibility of taking care of clients' interest as well as we have to be answerable to authorities. So we have to exercise utmost care along with the evidences, whatever record we have, we need to keep. So Punit Bhai and Sonal Mehta both are really able, would be able to enlighten us in today's this thing program. I would like to proudly announce that very soon Jain Chartered Accountant Federation is coming up with the Jain Bankers Conference at a venue in South Bombay, for which the announcement will follow. It's a new organization coming up for the all professional bankers. And thereafter in May, in the month of May, 18th May, we have our Foundation Day again at Opel Convention Center, Borivali. So I request you all to block your diary for the JCF Foundation Day, which will be a half-day program full of JCF award function as well as entertainment program. Thank you all. I request one and all to make all your fellow Jain Chartered Accountants members of JCF without fail. Every CA should become, Jain CA should become member of JCF. As you all are aware, we have conducted a plethora of activities during the entire year. Every chapter is conducting several activities on its own. New chapters are being opened, and whoever is not onboarding on this JCF platform would find himself left out. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Amrit Bhai.
Yeah.
So we have our eminent speakers, Mr. Puneet Mehta and Sonal Jain with us. Let me introduce our eminent speaker, Puneet Bhai. So Puneet Bhai has an experience of more than 21 years in software expertise. He is specialized as a tele evangelist and expert at leveraging technology for efficient financial management. He offers comprehensive financial solution and expert consultancy to his clients. He has also co-authored a book called Tally for Professional, published by WIRC of ICAI. He has developed a fully integrated module in Tally for builders, chartered accountants, shipping C&F agents, schools, and colleges. He is an invitee member at Sustainability Reporting and Standards Board, SRSB, at ICAI. He is also a committee member of Technology Initiative Committee at BCAS for 21-22 till 23-24. He has addressed many institutions, including Maharashtra State Tax Practitioners Association for implementation of GST and earlier VAT audit in Tally ERP 9. He is a faculty at ICLS Academy for training IAS officers at IICA campus, Manesar. He has also addressed various study circles and branches of WIRC, of ICAI, and BCAS and Chamber of Tax Consultants. He, he is a co-opted member of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board of ICAI. He is a founder member and current General Secretary of JCAF Mumbai. He is also a treasurer at Sri Pashna Jain Vidyalaya Varkana. So, welcome, Puneet Bhai. It's a great pleasure that you are here with this subject, and I'm sure that we will gain great knowledge from your from your expertise and insight on the subject.
Thank you, Santosh Bhai, for that elaborate introduction. But JCF is my own organization, so actually that introduction could have been avoided. Would request for a detailed introduction of Sonalji also to carry out forward, so that we can start with the presentation.
Yeah. So I would also like to introduce our co-speaker, Sonal Jain. Sonal is a partner in Mistry and Shah LLP. She was a topper throughout her academic career, and she is All India 24th rank in CA final. She is a gold medalist in BCom and university topper in MCom. She is an expert in areas of indirect taxation, FEMA, customs, and FTP matters. She is an active speaker on these topics related to tally, system implementation, FTP, customs, and FEMA matters. She has taken more than 100 sessions on these topics. She has been awarded the Young Achiever Award in CA Women Achievers Award 2018 by ICAI, Ahmedabad. She is the chairman of Women Empowerment Committee of CA Association. She has also been awarded CA Women of the Year Award in recently 23 ICA Award. Welcome, Sonal. Welcome to the session. I'm sure that with your academic excellence, you will definitely give us a great insight on this subject. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Santosh ji, for warm introduction.
Thank you. So now, without wasting much time, over to you, Puneet ji and Sonal. We can go ahead with the session.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Santosh Bhai, for that warm introduction. I and Sonal both happen to be connected over Tally is one of our subject, and we find our one more of our co-evangelist Vandana Dodia to be here in audience.
Right,
so, welcome, Vandana ji. And if need be, you can also add up. So thank you for that. Firstly, today's session was actually a discussion between me and Mrinal Bhai as to what next we have been doing. I must congratulate JCF Midtown chapter for coming up some excellent programs. Last week we had it on artificial intelligence and automation tools by CA Vivek Shah. And before that also we've been regularly updating earlier on 43BH. So we've been regularly updating knowledge of our JCF members on some of the other topics, and it's so heartening to see that our Midtown chapter is taking the leads from all other chapters. I'm sure the number of programs that Midtown chapter has done on this knowledge session is a lot more than what other chapters have done till now. So congratulations, Santosh Bhai. Please convey my best wishes and this particular the interest of what we have done it in terms of earlier programs also to Pankaj Bhai and Mrinal Bhai, who are leading the Midtown chapter. So that is something that I must acknowledge it before we start the session.
Thank you, Puneet Bhai. As today is, I think, last working day of banks and all, so Pankaj Bhai and Mrinal Bhai could not, join this session. But yeah, definitely. Very great. I mean, great sessions are taken by Puneet Bhai and Mrinal Bhai.
Yeah. Thank you. So, friends, as we start our session, this provision of MSME, what has come for compliance, in one word, if I have to discuss, is it good or is it excellent or is it bad? I would like a response from all of you. All 32 members are there. So how is it? Just to check that whether all of us are listening or not. Is this provision good? Because we are not going to discuss much on the provision. We are going to discuss on the implementation part of it. But just to say good or bad? I mean, excellent or bad? Good. Ah, Niyati ji
For
has
the
got a very funny answer. Good
for
for
the
long term,
long
bad for short term.
for the long term, this provision will be proved good for the economic development of the country. So the credit period of the business cycle will decrease, and because of that, the banking industry will get advantage because of this.
Right. So let me start my presentation also. Is the presentation visible, Santosh bhai?
Yeah, sir. It's visible.
Okay. So now that we have got almost a lot of answers, Girish bhai has also said good, right? Wrongly implemented, right? So what are we going to cover during the day? One is this MSME reports and configuration in Teleprime. That is going to be our first thing. Thereafter, we're going to discuss on the audit trail and for masters and transactions edited, deleted, 3 must use tally audit features or tally features also that we are going to cover. And at the last, Excel to Tally for updating, a very simple tool for updating provisions and bank entries. Why we have taken these two things? Provisions are something that all our chartered accountants are passing for our customers, and bank entries, of course, we need to automate certain tasks. So how can we do it? So that we're going to discuss. Okay. So these are all the topics that we are going to discuss for the day. All set? So let's
Yeah.
go.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So one more question. When the payment is to be made by the MSME to the MSME, date of supply was 21st January, receipt of goods, no objection raised by the buyer, no credit period mentioned on the invoice, or there is no agreement. What is the date? Can anyone tell in the chat box, please? What would be the date of payment has to be made by the buyer to the MSME? 16th Jan? 25th Jan is...
Okay. Sorry. I heard first Jan.
Okay, okay. Saurabh says 7 days. Santosh bhai says 16th Feb, probably 9th Feb is something that I get it, and that is Sayam. Yep. Sayam, you're bang on target. If there is no objection raised, no credit period mentioned, then it is 15 days, and that's 9th Feb. Good. Let's move it. 25th Jan, date of receipt, date of supply, goods also received on the same day. Objection was raised after 6 days. Objection was cleared after 2 days thereafter. No credit period mentioned in the invoice. Payment has to be made by when? The earlier answer was 9th. Now for this, what is the answer? Friends, these are small things that we need to ensure that those are configured correctly in Tally. Otherwise, we will, if you are not clear on these, okay, what is the due date, by when the payment has to be made, so what is it? Generally, there is a assumption that for MSME 45 days payment है, but अगर हमने कोई agreement नहीं है, Yeah, if there is nothing which is mentioned on the invoice, then it is 15 days. We discussed it in the last example. For this example, please mention in the chat what is the date. Seventeenth Feb. Yes. So when the objection is raised, second, that is on cleared on second. From that, 15 days. Absolutely. Bang on target, most of us. Thank you very much. Niyati says before 31st, yes, for claiming the expense deduction, but no for certain other things of ROC and other things that I will come back to you as we progress. So it is 17th Feb. In my view, it is 17th Feb. Credit period mentioned on the invoice 60 days. Date of order, date of supply is 3rd Feb. What would be this? ये लास्ट क्वेश्चन है. इसके बाद में मैं प्रोविजन पे जाऊंगा सीधा. I mean टैली पे जाऊंगा. Objection in writing 20th, objection removal 22nd. और 60 डेज का क्रेडिट पीरियड दिया है, रिटर्न मतलब लिख के दे दिया है इनवॉइस पे. $45 days from 22nd Feb. Achal, Girish bhai, hello. Here is the googly. Here it was a googly. Why it was a googly? Because if the objection is raised after 15 days, then the period is not counted as that. So objection भी अगर raise करना है ना तो 15 दिन के अंदर raise करना है. See here I am getting multiple different answers. According to me, the answer is 20th of March. Even if it is written 60 days, अगर लिख भी दिया है 60 दिन, then also it is 45 days, because that's what the MSME provisions are. Even if you have mentioned 60 days, it would not be counted as 60 days, it is 45 days. Okay, so 45 days from when? 45 days from 3rd of Feb, because the objection was raised on after 15 days. So that would not be counted in the MSME number of days. So as per my understanding, it is 20th of March and not 7th April, 4th April or any other dates that you might have written in your answer. Yes, objections need to be raised within 15 days. Right. So let's discuss on the MSME reports. Friends, we have already conducted one program under the leadership of Pankaj Bhai earlier on MSME provisions related to income tax, what those provisions are, how it would be applicable to different industries and what those things are. So today, my objective or my our objective for my and Sonal side is not discussing the provisions of MSME. It is more on implementing the provisions of MSME in a popular software, Tally, which all of us must be using it. So what we are going to discuss in MSME reports, payable reports. What are the payable reports? The output that Tally gives us. Form 1, as required by Register of Companies. I will discuss more on Form 1 as we go along. Disallowance under Section 43BH, pending during the year, and late paid, even if those paid after the financial year end, if 15 days or 45 days are getting over after the year end. And finally, updating of the micro and MSME details in the ledger masters, like कि आपको bulk में single में कैसे update करना है, how we have to activate it. Let me share my screen. Now this is my Tally screen, जो भी है ऐसा दिखता है. How I got it, let me show it to you live with Tally.
Idam,
Anyone? Anyone wants to share? Let me just... Is the tally screen visible, Santosh bhai?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So friends, the first report that I'm going to discuss is the payables report. Directly Alt G and you type payables. So you will find this. Okay, before that, you need to update your tally. It is release 4.1 in which it has come. Okay, so 4.1 is the date by which is the version that you will have to implement or rather activate. Okay. Alt G, MSME, bills payable report. So this is the default report that comes with it. Let me show certain configuration which are available when we are looking at this report. Now this is a default report, but there are certain important configuration that you must know as we move along. One is control B, control plus B. If you see control plus B, basis of value. Okay, so basis of value is for what? Show bills of micro and small parties or all parties. So currently we are wanting for micro and small parties only. Type of bills: pending bills only, overdue bills only, or all bills. There is one more important concept of bills due in upcoming days. Friends, this is a very new concept which has come. Bills due in upcoming days. That means you can manage your cash flow that in next 10 days, which are the bills which have come in tally. Sorry. Which are the bills which has come up for the payment. So that also we can update. Okay, I will take one by one. Pending bills, right? So once we understand the basis of value functionality, there is one more functionality of F12. That what do we want to see? Show type of enterprise. Show type of enterprise is what is it? Whether they are micro and small type of enterprise. F12 again. Show Udyam registration number. I am pressing Control A after activating it. So Udyam registration number. So you will get the Udyam registration number also. In the later part, I will explain it to you. How do we update the masters so that we get this correctly? The Udyam registration details also and the micro and small details. So that I'll come on that. I press F12 again. Yes, this is the important configuration that you will get it. Bill-wise details. Whether you want to show due based on credit period provided in. So in the invoice, you might have mentioned 30 days, 60 days, or you might have mentioned from the company feature. Okay, in the company feature, there is a functionality which once we activate, we will come to know that at what date, what is the credit period which is allowed. Generally, as per the law, now it is 45 days. We never know. Government could come up that all the MSMEs could be paid, should be paid after certain date in 30 days. So Tally has now provided this in at the company feature level. So we will come on that. How do we activate that? Or bill wise or MSME period, that is whatever is mentioned in your local bill table, okay, local invoice or MSME credit period, that is 45 days, which is mentioned in F11 functionality, whichever is earlier. So here you will find that you can play around with all the three options. Okay, so right now let me take this MSME credit period, and along with this, that I will also show credit days. Okay, first let me take this bill wise or MSME credit period, and then I'll take another. Show credit days, and I'll press Control A. So you'll find that there are some invoices where 30 days is mentioned. There are some invoices where 45 days is mentioned. So let me show you what is mentioned in the invoice. 45 days is rightly mentioned. Okay, here. So first April 23 purchase, and if we see it is 30 days out here. Okay, and here if we activate bill wise or MSME as per MSME credit period, then it again turns out to be credit days. Okay, so here we can see that it is when these are overdue that you can also come to know in case. So the current system date is 2nd September, and because of that you are not finding that it is overdue. If we change the period to 30th September, then it will show how many days overdue this particular report is. So Tally gives you due as per MSME, credit days and overdue days also. Now these credit days will be depending on the F12 configuration that you have mentioned out here. MSME credit period or MSME whatever, if you mention out there, then you will find that credit days is changing for those which are updated a little later. So here if you see, these is an important configuration from an F12 functionality. Okay, show number of days till due date. Now if the due date is 20th of September or whatever the due days is, so from today, so here I have created the report up till 30th of September. So if I wish to see that as of 30th September how many more days have passed, so here you will find that this is what it is. So one day on 1st October, rest as of 30th September, the period that we have selected. Okay, so this is an important thing that you must understand, that days till due date is how that it has to be calculated, how it has been calculated. Rest all the things are same, and in the sorting also they have provided days till due date decreasing and increasing. This is something new which has come. Earlier we did not have this due date decreasing and increasing option also in sorting, so that you can come to know that whichever is the most recent one that I have to make the payment. Fine. So this is the bill wise analysis of our outstanding bills payable micro and small enterprises. Okay, anything that any questions in the chat? Sonalji, if you can just see, or you used to add anything?
No. No questions in the chat.
Right, friends, keep asking questions, and that would help us in making this session more interactive and more knowledgeable for all, because more the question merrier it is. Okay, so now we move on to another report of Tally, which is a default report which has been provided in release 4.1, is this form 1. Form 1. If I type form 1 report, it will find all the three are the same report. It represents MSME form 1 statement. Okay, so this form 1 report has to be provided for the companies which are registered under ROC. Okay, all the private limited and the limited companies need to file this report. I have a question, whether the report should showcase invoices. Suppose we are filing on before 31st of October 23. Whether the report should showcase invoices which are cleared, or it should only showcase invoice which are pending. Please answer in chat. The Form 1 report is compulsory for all those for limited companies which are making the payment to MSME. So whether the report should contain only the pending, or whether those which has been cleared only, those also needs to be shown.
Most of them are telling pending invoices. Everyone has the same answer.
Here is the understanding challenge. Friends, to my understanding, it is not only pending, it is those which have been cleared also. If they are late, they need to be reported. Even if paid before 30th of September, that's fine. And if they are not late, they need not be reported, or or rather it is not to be reported. So a bill which has been raised on 1st July, supposed to be paid before 15th of August, paid on 20th of August, would have to be reported in Form 1. So the Form 1 report requires, this ROC report requires those which has been paid late as well. Okay. So here in Control B, you will find all bills, cleared bills only, pending bills only, or what it is. Okay. So here, if we are selecting all bills, so all bills will come, and in F12 there is one more option which is added, which is called show cleared on in F12. Okay. So here, if you see, this Carla Enterprise invoice has been recorded on 20th of May, paid on 19th July. The date was payment, the due date was supposed to be 4th July as per MSME, overdue by 15 days, and this needs to be reported, friends. This will have to be reported. Please get it confirmed again. You read the provision. As per my understanding and as what we have been provided by Tally also, the cleared bills also needs to be reported. And in this case, this is for the first time that Tally has brought in the concept, in the outstanding concept of showing the cleared on report. Of course, we require this particular option at other places also, including GST, where we need to see whether the payment has been made within 180 days or not. But currently they have brought in for MSME, and MSME we will need to report. Okay, so this particular transaction will have to be reported because they have been paid on 15th of May. Suppose I change the payment date. Instead of 19th July, I make it 19th June. Let me see whether that is available in the report or not. No, it has not come. It will not come. Why? Because it is paid within the 45 days period, right? So this is an important configuration that one must know. It is cleared as well as this thing. Okay. And in case you wish to file this report of ROC, what we need to do is just give a print command, Alt P, and one more new option which has come is called return form. When we click on return form, it will show the preview and we can just click on print, and it will open your Microsoft Word. Let me change the option.
Puneet bhai, there is a message in chat box. I don't know whether this is question. They say Jigisha says that interest needs to be shown on delay payment.
interest is supposed to be charged at 3 times the rate of the bank rate, that I'm aware. But whether we need to show the delayed payment or the interest, that I'm also not sure about it. We will see the report which is generated. 1 second, Jigisha ji.
You can do preview rather.
Yeah. Review is there. One second. It opens up in Word only once. Let me just first show you the preview. Yep. Okay, once we click on preview, it opens up in the Word itself. April to September, it will take up the details and it will show all the amounts which has been specify the date from which the amount is due, reasons for payment of delay. As of now, Jigisha ji, the form does not contain interest amount, whether there is an interest or not, but interest calculation, I've heard that this is something that is required to be done 3 times the interest rate of the bank.
Puneet ji, that as an auditor, when we are signing the balance sheet, that we need to consider whether we need to make a provision for interest or not.
Okay.
And one thing I would say, that the one thing which you said, that even delayed payments are to be shown. If you see the form itself says reason for delayed payment, point number 5. Just scroll down. Point number 5 says reason for delay in amount of payment due. So means form is not taking the cutoff date. Form is telling that which are the payments which you have delayed. So practically what you are suggesting, we need to show all delayed payments. That means even though transaction are squared off within the year, reporting will come.
Yes. True.
So I would suggest those in the participant said that only pending bills have to be reported. Just go through the provisions, because apparently it seems that all the invoices which are delayed need to be reported.
True. So this is what it is, right? So let's move on to the next topic of what is there from the delayed payment perspective. Okay, delayed payment of 43BH. If we want to showcase that, so for that also you have to go Alt G and form one report. From there only you can get it, and you need to change the period from 1st April to 31st March. So here you will have to ensure that those which are only pending, control B, pending bills, those needs to be showcased. So these are all the bills for which 31st March payment has not been made. Okay, and these are up for disallowance. Okay, friends, this is the total amount. If you see, purchase amount is 1,15,000. This is inclusive of GST. You will have to make a back calculation in terms of GST and ensure that the expense which is offered for disallowance is after reducing the GST component. Okay, now there is a possibility that you have raised the you have booked the purchase invoice on 25th of March, and the credit period is of 45 days. the credit period is of 45 days, and that also we need to check that whether those are supposed to be offered for disallowance or not. So that also we can do it from Tally. And let me share one more functionality of Tally which has come up very nicely in recent times, that is called filter view. There is a transaction on 25th of March. Suppose this is a transaction of 25th of March 24, and the due date is supposed to be 30 days. Okay, within 30 days this was supposed to be paid, and credit period allowed by the MSME is 45 days in case it is there. So we will see that how that would be reflected. So Alt G, form 1. So we will get this. I have. Yep. Here it is showing only overdue bills. Let me just clear that. One second. Yep. So once we change the period from 1/4 to 15th May, suppose 45 days from 31st, that before that whatever has been paid. So what we can do is that we can just run a filter, Control F, and advanced filter, show bill having date before 31st March and bill having due date greater than 31st March. Here we get that form. Let me check. Amount pending as per this thing, we are already getting it. Those which have not been paid and due on or before this thing, friends. Let me work on this once again. Particular transaction, why are we not getting? But as we can see that form 40TBH disallowance or the list of bills for which the pending has to be made, which are micro and small. So in F12 we can provide all the Udyam details, whether we can check Udyam registration number and other things. So those things also we can see, we can configure it, and then we can just reduce the tax amount, GST amount from these to get the exact details. Okay. The third part for the MSME registration is all about updating the masters from the in Tally. That is actually the starting point. In F11, first is putting up the company masters. So in F11, more details, MSME registration details. So friends, here we can provide whether our own, the company in which we are working, whether they are micro, small or medium. Okay. So here we can provide whether it is there. The structure is also as what has been provided in GST. So that is also validated out here. It should contain the first word as Udyam, then the state name, the code and the 6-digit number. So the structure is also out here. Okay, MSME registration details in F11 we have to provide. So here we have provided our own details. Then we are also providing the credit days allowed for micro and small parties. So whether we have to provide for 45 days, today it is 45 days. Okay, tomorrow it might get changed to 60 days or 75 days, whatever it is, or 30 days. So that also Tally has provided that what is it with credit period for MSME configuration, what is it there, or with no period configuration agreement, when there is no agreement, how many days Tally has to consider for each of those MSMEs. So this is F11 functionality that you need to update. After F11 functionality, you can also update in the individual ledger. So in the individual ledger, all the other functionalities are there. In F12, provide for MSME registration details. Here you can provide, okay, Control A, and if you see, set registration details, right? So here again, this is the party wise detail that we can provide, each individual party wise detail that we can provide out here. Okay, so that is there. Any questions till now for MSME registration updation?
No question.
Tally has provided for multiple updation also. Let me show you how. Alt G, MSME, update party MSME details. So you can go in this report and select for which group of parties that we want, sundry debtors, sundry creditors, if we wish to provide, and all items. So show all ledgers if we want to put it for those which are pending, that only if you want to see that also, and here we can provide that, right? So let me take you to the presentation once again. So just to give a brief, payable report, important concept, due date and due date as per MSME. We have seen it at company level configuration. In F12 configurations also we saw something like show number of days till due date, show overdue days, and then the Control B option where show bills of only parties and micro and small enterprises, or type of bills, pending, overdue, or bills due in upcoming days. So this is the concept that we saw. At the same time, we saw MSME Form 1 statement. Here, what concept we discussed was whether all the MSME are registered as micro and small, and how we can activate the cleared on option. So in control B, basis of value. So that we saw using the print of Form 1 to get the details, and then filter to get the income tax details of disallowance list. In updating MSME numbers, what we saw, Control I, MSME registration details, either through that or through F12. Ensure correct date of applicability is provided. Check history of registration details. Friends, this is a very important concept. Let me just take you through this. Suppose there is a ledger which the details have got changed from Control I the GST registration detail, the MSME registration detail, sorry, has got changed from micro to small or to medium, and that is very much possible. In case it happens, we need not create another ledger. What we can do is that we can just simply change it, and here we will be asked from which date it is there. Okay, so here if we want to see, suppose new effective date is 1/4/24. So all the transaction would be considered as medium, those which have been generated or created after 1st April. Those before will be considered as micro enterprise only. Okay, so this is what the beauty of Tally, which has come earlier for GST and now for MSME also, that it stores the history of all the registration. So how we move is Control I and show more, show MSME history. So from 1/4/23 it is micro, and from 1/4/24 it is medium. Okay, so Tally calculates based on this applicability date. Many times what I have seen in some of the customers is that people have not updated the history out here properly, or rather the date of applicability properly, and because of that the reports are not reflected correctly. So would like all of you to please take note of this particular concept. Check history of registration details. Right. So that's all from my side for MSME registration and the reports related to it. And any questions till now? Or we can take the audit trail part of it.
Any question, participants? Sir, I think we can take a 5 minutes break and then we can start the next slides.
Okay, so let's not go for a break or something. Anything that you all wish to add for MSME or anything which is required? Anyone can add up how it has to be implemented or what are the things which is there?
There's one question, Punitji.
Yes.
What about opening balance outstanding if there are no transaction during the year?
So those needs for the opening balance, they would not be reflected in the MSME report because it is related, the date of applicability of the MSME Act for the companies, it is 1/4/23. So if they are opening, I don't think so that would be reflected, that should be reflected in any of the reports.
Okay.
Dharmesh bhai, I think that would not be reflected in neither in the Form 1 report or in the disallowance report as well, because for that there is no expense which is claimed during the current year. It was suppose purchased as on 1/4/20 sorry purchased in the last year. As on 31st March 23, you might have purchased it. So in my view, nothing has to be done for those. Neither it has to be reflected in the report.
There's one more question. What if an SSC is registered as MSME and what if an SSC is registered as MSME and he is doing both manufacturing and trading? Do we need to pay him if we have trading relation only?
In my view, it is as per the GST registration status. So if he have registered, he can register either as a trader or as a manufacturer. He might be doing both, but if he is registered as a manufacturer, so there is very thin line that you will have to say, okay, no, these are only trading goods. That is applicable. So if he is registered as a manufacturer, that is it. You cannot have much choice, but you have to pay within the period.
Dharmesh ji has one more addition to that question. He is telling that in case of the opening balance is there and there are even transactions during the year, what will be the consequence of receipt and payment? Will they be considered on FIFO basis?
Tricky question, Ramesh bhai. I think it is on bill to bill basis. If client is not maintaining, or rather vendor is not maintaining anything, we may have an option of FIFO, but as such, there is no specification which has been provided in the law that you have to select this particular method, FIFO or LIFO. We may have an option there in case there is no specification in the agreement or in the details that this is to be done. So we may go with the FIFO or LIFO basis. Because as such, I have not read anywhere that we need to have at least FIFO basis. For implementing MSME compliance and other things, the lump sum compliance would not work. We will have to maintain bill-wise detail in Tally, friends. Otherwise, Tally also will not be able to calculate whether 45 days are done or not, or those things. So it is something which is mandatory. In case you wish Tally to provide you the report of non-compliance or Tally to provide you the report of Form 1 statement, you will have to maintain it bill by bill. Yes. Pleasure, Mohit bhai, Dharmesh bhai. So over to you, Sonal ji. These are some of the things that we will be discussing. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah.
Thank you, Puneet ji. Now I will just share my screen. Is screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
So friends, as Puneet ji took the recent update of MSME, I'm also taking one of the key crucial point for auditor, like how we can have audit trail feature enabled in Tally Prime. And as we are aware that MC has already made it mandatory for companies to have audit trail for the transactions for the masters level. And Tally Prime has inbuilt facility to have audit trail right from the company level, master level, ledger level, and stock level. So I'll walk through Tally, and we'll even understand that how we can track the log, how we can find the deleted log, how we can have the user controls in Tally. So just a glance, MC has made it mandatory for all companies right from 1st April 2023. And audit trail features is at 3 level: transaction level, master level, and company level. When we go for master level, it is at all the 3 level: ledger level, stock level, and group level. So let's go to Tally screen to have a real-time feel how it works. So friends, this is a demo data. Very simple thing. The first thing, the option of Tally log, audit edit log comes here. It comes at company creation. Simply click F12 and there is second option called set alter edit log applicability. I have set it yes. So friends, one thing I want to tell you, see, there are two things. I have done this edit log in normal Tally version. There is one more Tally available that is called Tally edit log. I'll just share one more thing. You can see my desktop. There are two Tally. One is Tally edit log EL and another is normal Tally. Santosh ji, is it visible? Two
Yes, yes,
icon of
Sumit.
Tally. So I just want to explain to all the participants. See, there are two form of Tally as a setup available. One is normal Tally, that is Tally Prime, and another is Tally Edit Log. See, when it is mandatory requirement as per law to go to have the edit log, then we should go for Tally Edit Log version. And if you just want the log for your internal control purpose, go with normal Tally. Now, what is the difference between both of them? See, Tally Edit Log is available right from the release 2.1. And it is available in both version of Tally, normal Tally, Tally Prime and Tally Edit Log Prime. Tally Edit Log Prime comes with the logo Tally EL. Now, what is the difference between both of them? Like when you are suggesting it to your company or when you yourself is using, when I shall go for Tally Edit Log version and when I shall go for Tally Prime version. So see, basically the features of Edit Log works at both levels same. There is no difference in feature. But what makes it difference? In Tally Prime Edit Log, it is by default enabled feature. So see, what is MCA, company law requirement? It says that edit log should be inbuilt there in software and even the owner cannot temper it. So what is the MCA requirement? MCA say that your accounting software should have an inbuilt facility of edit log and there should be no chances of deleting any log from that. If that is the requirement, you should go with Tally Edit Log version, because under Tally Edit Log, there is no option of disabling the edit log, and moreover, there is no option to enable. It is by default there in the system. And when you go with the Tally Prime, you need, as a user, you need to manually enable it, and whenever you want to disable, you can disable it. So what is the purpose of bringing this Tally edit log? It is for the companies which are mandatorily required to have this edit log, which are mandated by MCA. For them, yes, this version of Tally is necessary. But for company who want the log for internal control purpose, for their auditing purpose, for their monitoring purpose, they can simply enable the edit log feature at the company level and use this feature. So as such, in the feature and compatibility, both the version are same. So right now, what I have shared you is in the normal Tally version. This is normal Tally, and in this at company creation. So this is a company creation level. Here we can see that under F12 configuration, the second option itself says Tally edit log version. So I have marked it yes. So friends, what happened? Once I have marked this edit log version yes, what will happen? I'll show you how it works. Punitji, is Excel visible?
Yes.
So friends, for better understanding, I have prepared one demo data with different line of transaction, and I have altered certain transactions also. So see, this company is having this items, 4 stock items. They are having this number of ledgers. So there are 3 creditor ledger, 2 debtors ledger, and I have created 3 user. So one is accountant, one is salesperson, one is manager, one is owner. So I have marked the purchase transaction, 2 purchases, 3 sales. Now let's move to Tally screen. So say I am altering this bank account. This is a bank account ledger and I am altering this, say, IFSC code 7, and I'm simply saving it. Say now, as a user, as an auditor, I want to see that how many times the masters have been altered. So I'll simply go to charts of accounts, ledgers, and I will open this bank account. I will click on basis of value. And even I want to include say deleted transaction. Now I have opened the master configuration of that ledger. There is one option called related report. You can simply click alter Q also. So I'm clicking alter Q. Now you can see this ledger was created by accountant at 8 in the morning. This was altered by Sonal. This is the admin user. Now right now you can see 5:09. So it is current timing. I have altered it again. Now as an auditor, I want to see that for what purpose this ledger was altered. So I can simply see yes. This ledger was created. Now I want to see second version. So there is an alteration in the bank account number. Now, if you go to F12 configuration, it will show entire details of this ledger. Now you can see that earlier version was having this, the new version is having alteration in bank account number. This alteration I did in the morning. Now recent alteration is in the IFSC code. So that is version 3. So in version 3, you can see the mark detail is IFSC code. Now by the plus minus key, we can even move to earlier version. So you can see that the fair version was this, version 1, version 2, change in bank account number, version 3, change in IFSC code. Now as an auditor, if I don't want all this particular, I simply want to see what are the changes. Then I can simply go to F12 configuration. I can simply click show altered values. So means I want to just see which are the changes. I'm clicking yes. So now you can see the only thing which is coming are the fields which are changed. So this is master level change. Now, one more thing I'm doing, I'm simply resaving this. Resave the bank statement. Now we'll go to related report. Now you can see I have resaved, even that is logged here. Now you can see there is no changes. Sonal has resaved and you can note the timing, that is 5:11. So recently we altered this bank account one time. We have resaved this. There is complete log of that. Now, suppose I am making the change in the ledger from some another user account. So I'm changing the user. So we are in the menu of accountant and I'm altering the bank statement, bank ledger again. So you can see I have added certain details. Now let's see what is it is coming in the charts of accounts. Simply I am clicking alter Q. You can see again a log has been created. That is altered by username accountant. Now when you click on the accountant, you can see that which are the details has been changed. Branch name has been changed, GSTN has been changed, address has been changed. So this is how all level of differences are there for any type of master. I have shown for ledger. These details are available even for stock item, even for the company level. Now let's make change in some stock items. Say for keyboard, I'm changing the HSN. So when we go on keyboard and when we press Alt Q, you can see that this has been altered, and it will even show the reason of alteration. So we saw the stock master chain, we saw the ledger master chain. Now let's see transaction master chain. So if you see the day book, there are already 4 transactions there in the day book. Say I'm altering this transaction. Instead of 40 units, say I'm making 50 units, 7 units. So see, I have changed this transaction. Now as an owner, let's go to the owner menu. See, I want to, I'm just changing the user. So we are at the owner menu, and I just want to see that what are the changes in my day book. So this was the transaction. Now I want to see the edit log of this. Simply go on related report, alter Q. Now you can see that this transaction was created by salesperson in the morning. It was altered by accountant at 5:40. It was again altered by accountant at 5:15. Now let's see what are the alterations. So this was the original entry. It is again showing entire detail. I just want which are the changes. So I'll go to F configuration. I'll show only alter thing. So you can see HSN was changed earlier. Now in the second thing. So see, in this transition, what happened? At the master level, I changed the HSN. That's why it is again showing at transaction level also. And here, I've changed the quantity and values. Can you see the difference? This alteration we have not done. This alteration is because we have changed the HSN at the master level. That's why it is impacting the transaction level. So it is coming automatically here as a difference in HSN. And this transaction we did from the accountant menu. And what are the changes? We have changed the units. We have increased the, we have changed the quantities. So this is how entire trail of the transaction is coming. Now, for example, I am resaving this. I have resaved it. Now let's see what will be the log. Again, related report, alter Q. You can see that it is again showing as resaved. Now, one more thing I want to show you. I am deleting this transaction. Alter, delete. Yes. So now, as an auditor, if I want to trace such sort of transaction which are deleted, then what we have to do? Basis of value, include deleted transactions, all vouchers, Control A. So see, these were the transactions which were deleted. So as an auditor, I want to see the track log of that. So I have simply clicking on this, and you can see entire log of that is there. First, this transaction was created by the salesperson. This is the original entry with the actual quantity of 40 units. This transaction was altered because of HSN. This transaction was altered due to change in units. This transaction was resaved, and this transaction was deleted. So see how beautifully entire log is there. Any question in this, users?
I think no questions, Sonal.
Right.
Continue.
Yes. So see, moving further, here we saw that how we can have a log at transaction level. We even saw that even resaving gets saved. Now there is one more thing. The log is even maintained at company level. So see, I am showing you here edit log at company level. It is showing that company data moved from tally edit log to here. And see what happened when I sync my data, it will update here. Edit log before sync, edit log after sync. When I merge my data or demerge my data, this log is there at company level. So if we conclude this edit log, we can have the log at 3 level. One is at the ledger level, transaction level, and at the company level. Now, let's move to the presentation. So we saw that how we can have log with date and time for each user. We can have audit trail features for all vouchers. One more thing I would like to show. See how I have created user that is based on the security control features of Tally. It is users and password. So here you can create n number of users. I've created 4 users. So for any company, if you want to have this edit log enabled, you have to simply enable at the master level, and then you can set the security control by specifying the user controls. If you have user control, the log will be maintained based on which person has done which accounting entry and who has done alterations. So friends, what is the importance of this? As we all know that for all companies it is mandatory, and being an auditor we need to check during our audit finalization that whether company has undertook this edit log work or not. So as per audit report requirement, this year when we are signing the audited report, it would be mandatory for us to comment on that whether a company is having effective audit trail or not. See, if you see this para of MCA, it simply says whether company in respect of financial year commencing from 1st April 23 has such accounting software for maintaining its books of accounts which has a feature of recording audit trail edit log facility, and same has been operated throughout the year. So see, basically what a big onus on auditor is there. We as an auditor, we need to certify that whether edit log facility was there, whether it was operated throughout the year for all the transaction recorded in the software, and audit trail feature has not been tampered with, and the audit trail has been preserved by the company as per the statutory requirement for the record. So this is very big thing being an auditor we would be certifying. So as a auditor or as a speaker, I would suggest that Tally Prime 4.1 is having facility to justify all this thing, because if we go with the Tally edit log version, in that there is no option of disabling the edit log. So as a mandate, company will automatically have log of all transaction, and if entire accounting is done in Tally, it will have record for all the transactions throughout the year. So when you are signing the balance sheet, be careful whether edit log is there for your clients or not. If it is not there, we need to do some of the comments on this part. Punitji, would you like to add in this?
No, I think this is something absolutely important. So what we have ensured is that edit log applicability, one needs to ensure that it is checked, because throughout the year is something that was mandated. Not many people have kept it till now.
Yes,
I'm sure.
but I would suggest that at least for coming year, we can guide to our client that have this Tally edit log version and get it configured. So at least for coming year, it becomes more robust. Though this was the first year, but for coming year, we can make it more effective for our clients. And it is very simple through Tally to make edit log, as we see that they are capturing very small level of detail.
True. Absolutely important. And just to add that edit log functionality, although mandated by company law, and because of that, Tally has brought in, very effective, very useful, even if it is implemented in a normal proprietorship or partnership firms also. because here you get that who has edited, when they have edited, like you get a camera in your data. So it's a very effective feature.
And best part, even deleted transaction are captured. So many a time we say that I have not deleted. Accountant says that मैंने नहीं delete किया. GSTR1 में transaction gets missed out. So we can trace data, and once error is traced, the next time the person will not repeat the error because
Yes.
he will have fear that yes, someone is there to watch me.
Right. Not only deleted, that altered, मैं अरे ये अपने आप होता है, टैली खुद भी कर लेता है. Then we show them the time and the date, they realize कि yes, this was done by me.
Right. Okay. So this was one of the part of my part of session. Now I'm moving to some important features of Tally and very interesting features of Tally that are, rather than going through presentation, let's move to Tally screen only. I think so many of you have not even aware this function of Tally. Dashboard feature in Tally. I believe that after seeing this, you all might be shocked that Tally is new business intelligence. We can have now graph format report from the Tally. So this is one of the key coin feature of Tally 4.0. It shows your data in graphical format with more information, and without much wait, let me go to the screen. So this is this.
Sonal, there is a question on our previous topic only.
Right.
How do we ensure that the edit log data is not tempered?
Okay, Dharmesh ji, if you want that edit log data is not tempered, simply download Tally edit log version. Rather than enabling Tally edit log in normal Tally Prime, you download Tally edit log version. In that, there is no option of disabling the Tally edit log. By default, all transaction will be saved. It is 100% foolproof. Tally company itself is giving assurance that if you go with Tally edit log version, entire track record of transaction will save. And if someone is taking that edit log data to normal Tally and changing that data and again putting it to Tally edit log 1 Tally, the Tally edit log version will even have capture of those data. Okay, there is one question.
More question. Yeah.
How we can have edit log report for all transaction in one page? See, you cannot have in one page because practically if we saw the differences, there are n number of differences. So by simply doing alter queue, you can get details of all changes. It is not possible to summate all the transaction difference in one page.
And also at the same time, Pranavji, the government has not mandated that which edit they want to see, or which they do not want to see, which part of the edit log they want to see. So a change in narration also mandates an edit, or a change in ledger transaction or the amount. So till the time we do not get what are the changes which are specifically required from the trail perspective, it would be difficult for any software to give it in one page. So as of now, currently Tally is providing the list of transactions which have been edited, altered.
And practically we just now saw that the log is maintained at very micro level. I am just showing you the screen again. Punitji, Tally screen is available, right?
Yes.
So if we see for this transaction, say,
Sonal, one more question from Dharmesh.
yes.
See that if it also is covered in your answer. Can we have a summarized log of all changes at each level in one report?
That's what I want to convey. See, simply for this transaction, we saw that there are 5 types of changes. For this transaction, there are 2 types of changes. For this transaction,
No. I think your screen has got freezed.
Now it is visible?
No.
You'll have to stop share and then reshare probably.
Now visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So Dharmesh ji and other all participants for that, see, this is day book, and for deleted transaction, I'm simply clicking enter. And you can see that entire log is there. Now I'm again entering that what is my log. So this is deleted one. I'm just putting minus key, plus key. It is showing me all the version 1, version 2, 3, 4, 5. At 5, the transaction got deleted, but I am getting all the 5 version at one page. Now, your question is that for all the transaction, getting a log in one window is not possible. I have to go to each transaction and see the log. It is not possible to have thousands of transaction data in one screen. What I can do, I can simply enter that transaction. I can simply click alter Q and I can see the log. And that is only the requirement of MC as well as an auditor. We will also see log one by one. There is no purpose of seeing the log of all transaction in one page. I hope the answer you all got the answer.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Right. So the second thing which I was telling, Tally dashboard, you all will believe that within next 5 minutes, you all will be surprised that yes, Tally is also giving this sort of facility. So I'm moving to my another data. And I'm showing you one of the most interesting report. You can see that in Tally 4.1, there is one more window called dashboard. I'm simply clicking O. So see, this is one of the business intelligence report which Tally has created. So it is showing me sales trend, purchase trend. So practically there is a 11 tile report. In tile report, I can configure the tile based on my requirement. So see, I want to see, say, I want to see my sales with values as well as numbers. So I'm configuring this type, and I want this monthly. I want data as well as graph. I want bar graph. This style should be 1. So you can see that it is showing me my sales for last 6 months. It is even showing me bar of that. Same way, say I want to change view. I want some another type. So I want to see owner's dashboard. So at owner's dashboard, today as a owner, I want to know that which of my product are fast moving. So it is showing me that this product, these are the 5 running product, and this is the graph of those product. This is my sales trend. This is my group trend. This is my trading trend. See, basically, as a company or as a owner of company, you can have any sort of tile, any sort of comparison, and this report you can save it. So what will happen whenever, like in the morning, whenever you want to see that which products are important or what is the today's position of my books of account, I can simply go on dashboard and I can simply change see that report. And I can save those view. So recently in this backup, I have saved 3 sort of view. One is purchase dashboard, one is sales dashboard. So in purchase dashboard, I have kept all details related to purchase. So these are the top 5 purchase. These are the top 5 stocks. Now I want to change this to rather than quantity, I want to see the value. Then I can configure the time. Now I want to even give effect of graph in this. So here there is an option of
Sonal, there is a question from Dharmesh Bhai. Can I customize report to display negative stock, fast moving stocks, dead stock?
You can have any sort of tile. I'm coming to that only. See, these are the sample tile which are given by Tally, but Tally is giving you facility to have your own tile. So I'm adding a tile. Now you can create your own tile. You want to add, say, accounting ratio, you can add the tile. You want to configure this tile, configure this tile. So this is like a magical tool. You have to apply your mind. You have to give the fields which comparison you need to give, and Tally will run a macro and save that report. And the best part is you can save this report the next day. You don't need to do any comparison, any updation, simply click on the report and Tally give you figures. And the most important thing, you can drill down this report. You can go to transaction level with this report. See, these are the top 5 stock. I want to drill down this report. So I can go to that product level. I want to drill down. I can drill down. Again, I want to drill down here. I can drill down. So see, this is a very important tool for decision making for a owner stage. They don't understand say transaction, but they can understand the conclusion report. So yes, at real time, they want to see the cash, they want to see the bank, they want to see the accounting trend, they want to see the inventory ratio, they want to see top payable, top receivable. Say you want to add net profit trend. So it will show the profit trend also. So there you at a time you can see 11 tiles in one screen, but you can save this tile view for multiple tiles. So you can create hundreds of tiles and
So,
save those view. Now I'm saving this view, say a new report created for JSEP, say for example. Now I'm coming to the gateway of Tally. This is gateway of Tally. Next day morning, I want to see that what yesterday I did. So I will go to dashboard. I'm just changing the view. As I've already saved that view of, I'm just clicking. Now you can see that that view escape. That is the magic of feature of save view. In Tally, by save view, once you save that view gets saved forever. And whenever you want to access this, you can simply click it by change view. Now, for example, at this report, I just want this bars only. I don't want other data. So I can simply remove other unnecessary tile.
so Sonal, there is one more question from Dharmesh. Is this customization qua the client or for each computer?
It is not for computer or client. It is by backup. So there is no customization. It is by default feature of Tally 4.0. So if you're having Tally 4.0, this dashboard feature is there. And based on your client, you can have the style configuration. By default, Tally is giving some tiles. And as per your requirement, you can add various sort of tiles.
So I believe Dharmesh bhai is a consultant, and that's why his question may
See,
be
for
like.
example, you can see that there are more than 45 tiles which Tally is already giving you. And as per your requirement, you can add n number of tiles. See, what you can give to your client, you make 5-6 dashboard available for your client. You save those dashboards. So I'm saving this dashboard again. So I'm just marking graph dashboard. So what will happen once I save this for my client, next day morning, if he want to see, he will simply click graph dashboard. And he can see. He want to see that detailed dashboard, he can click on detailed dashboard. So you can customize for your client, like you can put all this dashboard for your client. And next day, it will be very easy for a client to make the decision. He can simply access this report and take the decision. So as a chartered accountant, what you can advise to your client, you can define this dashboard for your clients. You can define dashboard based on his requirement. Like there are possible that some owner every day want to know that which are his 5 main payable, 5 main receivable, what are the sales trend, what is the future projection, what is the EOQ. Then you can put the dashboard based on those requirements.
So I hope Dharmesh bhai has got his answer. It is no from client perspective. Each client you can have tiles
See,
for
there
each
are
of them.
certain tiles are general, sales trend, purchase trend. Those are general tile that affects everyone. But other tiles you can define based on the client's requirement. And Tally as a company has given tiles considering the requirement of all industry. They have given you option to put n number of tiles. So you can see I am even putting show inactive. So they are even giving tiles for cost center, cost category, go down. So there are possibilities. Some company want to see that which go down is having which stock at one window. So you can configure the tile for go down. So what will happen as a owner, that owner will real time know that yes, at this go down, this is the quantity, these are 5 main stock, these are non-moving item, these are the stock which are under negative, which need to be ordered. So you can see
Uh, just to add,
almost each factor is covered in time. Now, based on your company requirement, you have to add the time.
Yeah, Puneet bhai.
yeah. So I think Sonalji has effectively answers that the configuration that we are going to make is, of course, with respect to each client, we can make it. So when we are looking at the save view, we have an option whether we want to put it for this company only or for this computer.
Yes, yes, that is there. So
Yeah,
when I'm doing the save view, see, I know as a company, so I'm consultant for say 10 companies, and I know that this is a general dashboard needed for each of my client. So I will save this view for all level. So set this save view for this report. So additional configuration for all this company on this computer. So now what will happen when I mark this yes for all companies? This view will be saved for any company opened at this backup. Now, when I open any backup, this view will be there for any backup. So I'm saving this view.
yes, fantastic.
Go to menu. The ABC view is there. And as it is saved for all company, let me open one more backup for better understanding. So I'm simply opening one backup. So this is another company, and I'm going to go to menu. You can see ABC dashboard is there. Can you see? So though there are no transaction in this, so we are getting a limited report, but you can see that the same tile is getting copied for another company. This is ABC company, and we were working on KBCL. Now I'm going to this company. Again, I'm going to go to menu, dashboard. You can see same view is there. So basically, with this save view menu, you can save the report for other companies in same system. It is on your choice. You want to save it for all the companies, or you want to save it for this company. You can see this option is there, this company or for all companies. So I hope this feature of Tally will help you all a lot, and you all try this dashboard feature of Tally. Now let's.
There is one small query from Dharmesh. If I have a customized report in Tally, can the other person who is working in LAN also see that configuration?
Other person in the LAN means if Tally backup is open, he will able to see those configurations.
Let me take it. What I understand is that in a network there are 5 machines, and in one machine, I think Dharmeshwar has already configured some of the reports, and they would like to look at the same reports from the other machine for the same client. So you can open the client data in LAN environment, and they would like to see the same reports for the same client.
Okay, you don't want other to see that. That is possible. That is possible in user control. So see.
Okay, you want others not to look at it. So they would not be, yeah.
Okay, that I'm showing you. So see this for ABC company, I don't want my accountant to see this log. So I'm going to user control. And say data entry person, for example. I want to restrict all access to dashboard. Now this data entry person will not be able to see dashboard. Now let me open to the menu of that data entry person. I have given the data entry facility to salesperson. So I'm logging through that person. So you can see no access allowed. Can you see this? Dharmesh ji, I hope you got the answer.
So if it is, even if it is same machine, you cannot allow it. And in other
That you
machines,
have to do through user controls, like to whom
yes.
you want to give access right, whom you don't want to give access right. Okay, now let's move to other features of Tally. We are done with the dashboard. We have gone through audit trail. Now I'm showing you with, we have even understood the importance of save view.
Sonal, on audit trail, there was a question from Amrit Bhai.
Yes.
It was like summary required for, I mean, this is regarding the discussion on summary of,
Right.
logs. So this is
Right.
summary required for reporting purpose and getting explanation from clients. Puneet Bhai?
I didn't got this.
So as of now, there is no summary, as what Sonalji has already suggested or discussed, that currently Tally is not providing any kind of summary report because it is practically difficult for Tally also, in case of any specific requirement from the government, that whether the date change is required, whether the amount change is required, or whether the narration is required. So no specification has been provided by the government. So to provide a summary, it is very difficult because in a transaction, there are more than 700 fields. Any of the
Right.
fields could be changed. And to provide a summary that these are the amount changes, these are the this thing, that would be a difficult proposition. Let the government come up with this. Currently, what Sonalji has discussed, that daybook transactional report, you can get list of all the altered transaction and deleted transaction, and based on that, auditor can base their opinion and form their opinion as to what whether those are within the parameters of the company or not. So currently, that is what it is available. Let government also come up with some kind of requirement that we want such kind of changes.
Puneet bhai, I have to just say basically, because we need to interact with the clients. If what wherever we feel that the changes are not in line with the requirement or whatever it, we want to get a client's explanation before reporting it. So for that, if there is a direct summary available of the particular selected transaction, a few transactions we want to report to the management and get their explanation. Otherwise,
Okay,
there may be
few
routine changes.
transactions,
That is
see,
okay. Yeah.
one-to-one transaction, you get the, you can extract it, like say for one-to-one transaction, as I saw, but you can pick the only with one-to-one transaction. There is no possibility to extract the changes for all transaction as a one page. So say
So
practically for any company, there are more than 1,000 transaction. How we can, as a Tally, they are
there
not
may be some shortlist made, because wherever there are material changes related to same is quantity, amount, dates of transaction, some those sort of things. So we can get some sort of facility to import it or export it to
right.
Excel or any other this thing utility, and get a feedback from management what they have to
Right,
say about
right.
this.
Your point is right, but
Because
as
that
Puneet
will
sir said
complete
that,
our audit documentation also. That is required
right,
for the audit documentation if we want to report or not, based on the feedback from client. So if the tele people provide this kind of facility, that would be really wonderful. As of
100% right.
today,
But
it may not
as
be
of
there.
now,
Yeah. Yeah.
MCA itself has not told that which
MCA will not. It is, see, for your internal audit documentation you require. MCA will say only you need to report, but for audit documentation purpose, MCA will not say what.
100% right,
Yeah.
100% right. But as of now, Tally gives facility of log. It is not giving us facility to extract log for all the transactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to add
We
that
can suggest that for material changes, we can have a separate menu that we can propose to Tally for upcoming versions.
yeah, actually, we had proposed it in the initial time also, and maybe in features come to down the line, they might come out of it, come on that. And initially, they had also promised that this could be a functionality which could be customized by the partners. As of now, it is not available for customization as well. So maybe we'll have to work on that. Sonalji,
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, so now let's moving to the last part of the session, that is how we can do audit and analysis through Tally. So generally, we have gone through the era of green tick doing audit manually, but now post coming to the system implementation and post making all things digitally, even audit work is done through softwares, and Tally itself is giving you audit tool by which you can audit the transaction in Tally data itself. So simply I will show, say for this company, it is coming on year end, say in the month of April, I'm doing audit for this company. So say simply I'm clicking display more report. There is a last menu called audit analysis and verification. I'm simply clicking on that. So there is one option called voucher verification. So what I can do, I can tell to my team who is doing audit, I will tell them that these are in 642 transaction in this company. Say there are 111 sales, and I am telling that for this you can do sampling through Tally. So Tally itself give me facility of sampling configuration. Tally is giving me n number of method of sampling. So I am taking say Benford analysis. So see, Tally has sorted the transaction by Benford analysis, and it is giving me sample of 8 transactions. Now I want to change the sampling method. I want to do by say even numbers voucher. So Tally has sorted 53 transactions. So when I do this, I'm going to sample voucher. So sample vouchers are derived. Now for this transaction, I have doubt in some GST. So what I will do, I will mark on hold. Doubt in GST calculation. Need to check in GSTR1 and GSTR3B. No available. So simply, as a auditor, this is a complete report, and these are my verification note. For this transaction, I feel that everything is okay. So I have done verified audited. For this,
There is a question from Mohit. Can we do random sampling in particular items?
yes, random sampling is there. That is your own sampling. See, Tally is giving you this many methods. Amount range, Benford analysis, specific vouchers. So you want specific voucher, you can specify those vouchers. See, generally what we say, we can select by month, we can select by this Benford analysis, again a scientific method only. You can specify by odd number, you can specify by period. That is on your own. And what will happen, generally we do this sampling all manually. But by this log will be saved in Tally. This will form part of our audit documentation, and even all comments will be saved. Otherwise, what happened? Our articles mark those queries in Excel. The Excel get misplaced. He marked those queries in diary. The diary get misplaced. But here, this query will be there saved forever. And whenever you get confirmed it, now once this query is solved, you can mark it, verify, and you can update the status. So this is possible for all level of transaction. This is for sales. Same way for purchase. For all transaction, you can select the method and get the sampling done and get the audit done. So this was just for voucher verification. Same way it is there for master levels. So for master level, it is coming at data analysis part. So this is verification of charts of accounts. So here as an auditor, I can see that this many ledgers are there in company. There are 2 ledgers which are squared off during the year. So I as an auditor want to see why they are squared off. And I feel the reason is genuine, then I will mark it verified. If I feel there is a query, I will put on hold. Same way, this were the ledgers which are not used during the year. So wherever I can have a query, I can simply mark the query at this stage. Again, these are the transactions which are having balance only, no transaction. So I can ask to the client itself that whether this balance is still there, whether this balance is available on GST portal. So I can simply mark on here, hold needed GST ledger from GSTN portal. So I want to check it with electronic cash ledger, electronic credit ledger. Once I check it, I will mark it confirmed. This way we can verify each of the ledger, each of the charts of account. Same way there is verification of stock item, verification of balances. Then you can even have trace of transaction or holiday. Many a time there are possibility of some dummy expense which are marked randomly. Then being an auditor, we can trace those transactions through this report. Fixed asset report, interbank transaction, repeated transaction. Many a time there are certain transactions which are periodic, which comes only 12 times a year. So we can check through this report that whether they are coming correctly or not. This relative size factor is again important, that which transaction as per tally are having a high relative size factor. High relative size factor means there is an extreme difference between values in those ledger. So it is showing me that the lowest value transaction in this ledger is 21,000, highest is 2,20,000. By this, being an auditor, I can have a glance of those ledgers which are having high relativity. And I can do audit at this stage itself. So friends, if you see, you can do your this year audit for 23-24 through Tally itself. Simply click on analysis and verification, do data analysis through this window, do voucher verification through this window. And for enabling audit and analysis, it is again at company level. Enable Tally audit feature. Any question to this? So friends, I have tried to cover 3 parts. One is dashboard, the second is Tally audit feature, and the most important Tally audit trail. We'll just have one last glance to dashboard part. So here I'm just showing you how we can add the tile. We even saw in the practical part. So we are adding top stocks, 5 stocks. So you can see the tile get added. And if you want to again change the, if you want quantity rather than value, you can change even graph. Any question, friends?
Fantastic, Sonalji. Very comprehensive, and of course, this is a very vast topic, not possible to get covered in 40 to 45 minutes.
Right.
True.
Thank you, Dharmesh bhai.
Right. Santosh bhai, now we are at 5:57, and there is one more topic which is left out, is Excel to Tally. Before I move on to it, let me take permission of the audience that whether we would like to do it right now or whether we would like to get it postponed to a full-fledged session, because it's almost 2 hours that we've been listening to either me or Sonalji.
I have tried to run as fast as possible, but
It's okay. Now we are at 5:57. So let me ask the participants itself. Hitesh bhai says next session. Okay. Right. So what we can think of in that session is Excel as a matter. Let me share the screen. So you can see there are multiple transactions, different types of JVs, payment, purchase. So those we can import it directly in Tally, and that is available as such without any customization. So we can have a fantastic what you may say, a session only on Excel to Tally, where we will take up how the rules needs to be created, how we can import nominal bank entries, how we can import provisional entries, and how we can also import purchase and sales entry if they are coming in Excel. So we can take 2 or 3 different type of samples, and based on that automation can be worked out. How many of you would like to attend the session? Wow, will join. Okay. So almost all are interested in automating their workload. Wow. ठीक है. So as discussed, let's not do it today. And Santosh bhai, what do you suggest?
Yeah, sir, we can have it another session on this.
Okay.
I think we can keep it April end somewhere.
Yeah, we will discuss on the mutual convenient date.
Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
you can share the details, and in fact all the details are there with our JCF team, so we are not taking up today, and this is it, right?
Thank you, Puneet bhai. Thank you, Sonal. I think all the participants has got good learning on the recent changes, and how we can automate our things. Now I would like to call upon Piyush bhai Kochar, to give vote of thanks. Piyush bhai, you have unmuted. Piyush bhai, can you hear?
I can't hear.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Piyush bhai, we can hear you. I believe Piyush bhai has some network issue. So, on behalf of the entire JCF team and
Hello.
hello, Piyush bhai.
Yes, please go ahead, Piyush bhai.
Can't hear anything.
Okay, we are able to hear you. I think Santosh bhai, we can carry forward. Carry it forward.
Okay. So, on behalf of entire JCF team, would like to first thanks
Hello.
Puneet bhai and Sonal for giving us good insight into the subject. I would like to also thank Amrit bhai, our JCF president, for joining us, and thank you all the participants for for joining this session. We hope you enjoyed it, and you have got insight into the subject well. We will also have another session on the automation. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Puneet bhai. Thank you, Sonal.
Hello.
Yes, Piyush bhai. Palak, if you could just stop live on YouTube. Palak.
Speaker. नहीं मेरा हाँ ये जगह राइट और मेरा
I think
नॉइज से
पीयूष भाई,
ये जो है
आपका नेटवर्क बैंडविड्थ बहुत लो है।
मैच नहीं हो
पलक,
ग्लोबल
संतोष भाई, मेरे कैसे कॉल करना पड़ेगा पलक को?
I'll call her.
तो शायद वो डिफरेंट हाँ उसका नाम